Howdy, folks. Just thought I'd have a look at this little story. Um, just when the first lawsuit has been filed in Australia, in Melbourne, by somebody regarding Roundup, glyphosate from Monsanto. In the same week, this has come up. New South region set for Roundup aerial spraying. So it's not bad enough that you got people running around like chooks with their heads cut off, worrying about the environment and climate change and all this crap. The worst thing is, this is something serious. Like, people are spraying poisons in the air to eradicate a bug. I mean, not a bug, actually. A plant. Actually, it's in here. Preparations are underway for helicopter spraying of the chemical Roundup and Port Kembla in New South Wales. Just days after Melbourne man launched Australia's first lawsuit seeking to blame the weed killer for his cancer, or farmer's lung, as some people might know it as. Some residents are concerned that it is just as some countries are considering whether the herbicide is safe, reconsidering. In Port Kembla, 8 kilometres from Wollongong CBD, it will be sprayed from the sky above them. Really? The residents were informed recently that Illawarra District Weeds Authority will be spraying from helicopters in late June. Wow. It's part of annual spraying. So you've already been doing it, to combat the pest bitu bush, which is quite funny, actually. We'll go to that. So in previous years, Best Point has received Roundup from the air. So they've been doing it already, fuck. Wow. You have countries like France and Vietnam which are banning it, because it's poison and it kills you from the inside out. And meanwhile, we've been blaming cigarettes for killing everybody, whether it's other people's or your own, when really this stuff's been killing people from the inside out for a long time, and people have been blaming it for many things. In the bush, I think they call it farmer's lung. He's got farmer's lung, poor bugger, from, they blamed melanomas, you name it, they blamed it for this stuff. This is the problem, I'm telling you. So anyway, reason I wanted to let's look at this bitu bush, right? The bitu bush is a South African native, which is now rated as the worst weed in the Australian coastal environment, restricting access to beaches and destroying native bushland. It first found its way to Australia in 1908, dumped as a ballast from ships on the banks of the Hunter River. Between 1946 and 1968, though, it was deliberately planted by the Soil Conservation Service of New South Wales. So here we are, we're back again in 2019, and now it's the worst weed in Australia. It currently infests coastal areas. The best way to get rid of it would be goats or cattle, but they won't do that, of course. The bitu bush tip moth and the bitu bush seed fly are both now widely established. See, they brought 8 insects in. This is cane toad effect. Remember, I was talking about this not long ago. This is the cane toad effect. Let's bring something in, and then let's bring something else in to fix the problem, which creates another problem, and so on, which is something our government loves to get involved in, which is pretty much the whole climate change idea of what are you going to do to change climate? Like, nothing. There's nothing you can do. All they want to do is take your tax, take your money off you. And if you can't see that, you need to wake up, because that's all it is. You can't stop thinking you're God. You're not. You're not that powerful, and you're not that powerful to even wreck the place. When it's had enough, it'll turn you over and start again. That's how it works. But anyway, this is a classic cane toad effect. So thank you for spraying us. I've just been making a hoo-ha about it to the local council because they like to spray the nature strips without they've got a no spray register instead of a spray register. So you've got to get your name off the list. Otherwise, I'll come along and spray your nature strip with Roundup when you're not looking. Meanwhile, your kids, your pets come and sniff all through the shit, and then you wonder why your animals or your people are sick. Oh, we'll blame the cigarettes because little Johnny was smoking from the day he was a fetus. Like, really? How long can you keep blaming smoking when the numbers of smoking are so far down? Come on, wake up. Thank you. I'm not going to get upset anymore.